Good afternoon, YouTube. This is the Atheist Chef, and surprise, another video with G-Man. I know it feels like that's all I pretty much do, and for my part, it actually keeps me pretty high up in views, which is interesting, and that's great. Um, but why I'm doing this video, most importantly, is because with all my interactions with G-Man, any talk when it comes to evolution, somehow Godwin's law prevails and we start talking about Hitler. And it just seems like there's just no understanding of about Hitler and eugenics and what was really going on. Is he a Christian? Is he an atheist? What was he? So G-Man, Anthony G, which was, I believe, is a Muslim because I actually interact with him a lot in the YouTube comments, and True Empiricism, did a Google Hangout, and that topic came up. Now, of course, I'm not going to go into the whole video, but I wanted to talk on to the bits about Hitler. So let's begin.
And get this, True Imperialism. The reason why, and Anthony, the reason why they believe that Hitler was a Christian is because he mentioned God. He mentioned God in his book Mein Kampf.
Yeah, well, he was a spokesman, man. There was actually, you can look it up. He actually condemned, Christianity and some of the things that he said. And there was a problem with the Catholic Church also with him. If you look it up.
So here's the deal with Hitler. Christians want him to be an atheist. Atheists want him to be a Christian, but atheists have some very strong points. If you look through Mein Kampf and many of his speeches and the way that he even had the swastika over, a crucifix design, showed a very strong Christian attitude. It should be noted that most Germans, including the Catholic Church and the Pope, strongly supported Hitler. So it's not a bad argument to think that Hitler was a Christian and that he had a lot of Christian backing. However, we do have Hitler's Table Talks, which were supposed to be an off-the-cuff representation of Hitler's true thoughts, and sometimes he actually did say stuff such as this. There is a controversy that he may have never said it, that it was a mistranslation, or that it was an intentional translation, and we can't really know for sure. So, is he really an atheist? Was he really a Christian? Well, I would particularly have to argue that I don't really think that it matters. Personally, from what I can see with this, is that he was maybe a Catholic, most likely a deist. They used a lot of Christian standpoints that he had learned and a lot of good fancy jargon to further his agenda. Use the power of the people that were supporting him and the Catholic Church just to do as he wants. Was he a Christian? Was he an atheist? I'm not sure. Maybe he was a specific set of Christian and he was referring to other types of Christians or specific aspects of Christianity. It's hard to say, but you know what? In the end, it doesn't matter. The Holocaust was not religiously based. He killed 6 million Jews because he believed that they were conspiring to take over the world. He killed homosexuals. He killed the Polish people for their bad blood and bad history with the Russians. He killed communists. I believe that they were one of the few things that could stand in the way of the Germans. He killed a bunch of Freemasons, Jehovah's Witnesses, anyone that was non-Aryan, such as blacks or Asians or anything of that sort. The Holocaust was a personal attack with quasi-religious standpoints to further a racist, bigoted, and politically biased agenda. There was much more than just eugenics.
Yeah, the Swastika, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that used by Thor or something like that? As a symbol for Thor or something like that?
I think it was like an ancient.
Sort of, yeah, something like that. I don't know exactly what it was.
But it's definitely part of the occult, the Swastika.
Yeah, I think so.
Here's the thing about the swastika. It remains widely used in Indian religion, specifically in Hinduism, Buddhism, and others, primarily as a tantric symbol that invokes Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess of wealth, prosperity, and auspiciousness. The word swastika comes from the Sanskrit svastika, su meaning good or auspicious, combined with the asti, meaning it is, along with the diminutive suffix ka. The swastika literally means it is good. It is a common practice for Hindus to draw the swastika symbol on doors and entrances to their house during festivals, which is believed to symbolize an invitation to the goddess Lakshmi. In the early 1900s, the swastika was seen as a symbol of good luck. Then, in the 1920s, the Nazi Party made the swastika as we know it today.
Yeah, and some of the things that Adolf Hitler believed, like only the strong survive. Does that sound familiar, guys? That only the strong survive? That sounds a lot like evolution to me.
Evolution is not about only the strong survive, nor does it support it. The process of evolution is simply natural selection, which simply states that the species that was best suited for their environment survived and were able to pass on their characteristics onto its offspring. Now, if this was really just about only the strong survive, then how do we have that all these tiny cute little creatures like squirrels and then cats, how did they survive?
But what you're talking about, Hitler, the whole, one of the main reasons why he was doing what he was doing was because of his ideas that he got from evolution. He was trying to, I mean, this isn't hidden knowledge. I mean, anybody can just go look this up. He looked at the Jews; they were half ape. The blacks were part ape. He had a list of who was most ape and who was least ape, and he was trying to get a mankind to take out all the undesirable traits from mankind and only allow the best traits to thrive. You know, that's what he was doing. He slaughtered a lot of the people that had disabilities, that were born with deformities, because they were less of men in his eyes. You know, this is a fact.
Now, here's the thing about eugenics. Eugenics is the belief and practice of improving the genetic quality of the human population. It is a social philosophy advocating the improvement of human genetic traits through the promotion of higher reproduction of people with desired traits, known as positive eugenics, and reduced reproduction of people with less desired or undesired traits, negative eugenics. Eugenics, according to the Second International Eugenics Conference, is known as the self-direction of human evolution. In the context of Mein Kampf and Nazi eugenics, it was a tool used by the government to purify the state of both people considered harmful or considered dangerous to the Aryan race. Now, here's something, G-Man, that you should probably sit down for this, because this may kill you with shock. Eugenics did not start with Hitler. Eugenics began in the late 1880s by a man named Sir Francis Galton. Galton studied the upper classes of Britain and arrived at the conclusion that their social positions were due to a superior genetic makeup. Those like him believed that through selective breeding that the human species should drive its own evolution. In the early 1900s, Carnegie Institution, Rockefeller Foundation, and the Harriman Railroad fortune gave a whole crap ton of money to help fund the American eugenics movement. In the early 1900s, Carnegie Institution, Rockefeller Foundation, and the Harriman Railroad fortune gave a whole bunch of money to help fund the American eugenics movement. Around that same time, we started to lobby to restrict immigration of unfit people. And we even started to develop 376 separate classes that you taught eugenics in top schools. In 1906, the American Breeders Association was formed to investigate and report on heredity in the human race and emphasize superior blood and the menace to society of inferior blood. See, this was not just a small group of people that thought about eugenics. This was a very, very popular thing in the 1900s for America. This was way before Hitler, and actually Hitler kind of took that whole idea and just kind of ran with it.
I watched a video on natural selection, for example, right? And it was talking about how some giraffes are going to survive and how some are not, because one giraffe neck was actually higher than the other ones. So therefore, that was an example for them on how only the strong can survive. And I know a lot of atheists are going to disagree with me on that. That's why I'm going to put video proof on my channel on New Year's Day to show them that I know what I'm talking about regarding that.
Once again, this idea about giraffe natural selection being proof that only the strong survive is wrong. This is only proof that things that are best suited towards their environment survive. If that were the case, then all these animals like squirrels and cats and whatnot wouldn't matter. Look at this stick bug here. Does that look strong to you? Can you even tell which one's the fucking stick? I sure as hell can't. It's not about strength. It's about its ability to survive. I want to finish up this video with something that just gets my goat, and it was probably the main reason why I started to make this video, but then I just added on all that other stuff. G-Man seems to draw this this correlation between Hitler and evolution, and basically it just sounds like, and I can be wrong, you know, if I'm wrong, please somebody correct me, that because Hitler believed in evolution, therefore it should be wrong, or therefore you're evil like Hitler if you believe in evolution. So what? So what if Hitler believed in evolution? He also believed in gravity. Do we no longer need to believe in gravity because he's evil? It doesn't make sense. Just because someone that is evil or potentially evil or whatever does something, they can have beliefs that are true. That shouldn't have an effect on reality. So I don't understand G-Man's hesitance to believe in evolution, because it just sounds so much like, well, Hitler believes in it, so I'm just gonna, not touch that. That's just wrong. So please, someone correct me if I'm wrong, or explain what he actually means like that. Or G-Man, you can do that yourself. But if it's because of Hitler, I just say, who cares? I admit that I am looking forward to G-Man's video, however, about his knowledge on evolution. Maybe he'll blow our minds away. I don't know. But so far, this video has been a pretty decent representation how basic his understanding is, the whole, only the strong survive kind of thing here. But who knows? Anyways, this is it for the video. This is a little bit about Hitler and, the whole thing. And I saw this, Google Hangout, and I thought, man, I needed to correct some things about this. So hopefully it was helpful to you guys. Anyways, that's it. This is the Atheist Chef. Peace.